This is the IET, a family of mass-produced high-speed trains for the UK railway network. With a dodgy reputation for its dubious quality and questionable comfort, let's find out if these trains are really as bad as the British travellers claim, as I undertake a journey in second class from the Welsh capital of Cardiff to Exeter with Great Western Railway. Our journey begins from Cardiff's historic central station, dating back as early as 1850. Heading inside, we'll find a small but lovely station hall. Here you'll find most of the facilities you'd expect at a train station, with a small shop and some coffee outlets. As I'm quite early for the train, it's not shown on the departure board yet. So while we wait for the train to appear, take a look at this nice station building. At the other end of the station building, you'll find a supermarket, as well as a manned ticket office. And across from that is where you'll find the ticket machines. And looking at the departure board again, our 10:59 service to Penzance has now appeared. Access to platforms is through ticket gates, so make sure to have your ticket ready. Our train today is leaving from track number 2, which is the first set of stairs here. Arriving on platform number 2 before our train is this cross-country Turbo Star, having formed a service from Nottingham. However, the station mostly sees service from Transport for Wales, operating many local services in and out of Cardiff using both new Stadler Flirt trains and a bit older classic British rail stock, as well as longer distance services across Wales and into England. The third and final operator to serve Cardiff is Great Western Railway. To Cardiff, they use both the longer 9-car variants of the IET family of trains, mainly on the services to and from London. But today we will be travelling on the shorter 5-car version on the service towards Penzance. Our train specifically is known as a Class 802. Built by Hitachi and operate at speeds of up to 125 miles per hour. The external destination displays easily help you locate your carriage, and with our train soon departing, it's time we head on board. As I don't have a seat reservation today, I'm just taking any available seat in standard class. It's easy to see if a seat is available thanks to the clear reservation displays above every seat. Settled in, our train starts moving from Cardiff Central right on time at 10:59.
Welcome aboard this Great Western Railway service to Penzance.
And with our journey now well underway, it's time we take a look at the map for the route of today's journey. The 10:59 service starts from Cardiff Central and then heads east, crossing under the Severn River into England, through Bristol and then southwest towards Exeter, which is as far as I'll be travelling. The train covers a distance of 115 miles in 2 hours and 23 minutes, giving the train an average speed of 48 miles per hour. As we speed towards our first station stop in Newport, I notice that these trains vibrate and shake a lot. While not the worst I've ever experienced, the vibration and shakiness is definitely below standard for what's acceptable on a modern long-distance train. Our train has now reached Newport, one of the fastest growing cities in Wales, known for having one of the last remaining usable transporter bridges. And speaking of bridges, as we depart here from Newport, we cross over the River Usk. And as we speed towards the Severn tunnel, it's about time we talk about the main criticism of these trains. That is the standard class seats, which are used on journeys on GWR for up towards 5 hours. But let's start with some of the positives. There is a sturdy table, and while small, it does come with a laptop bracket. And every seat below gets a power outlet. Below the seat in front, you'll find a good amount of space to store a bag, which is nice to see. But this is where the good stuff ends. These seats have no headrest, almost no padding in the cushioning, with a terrible ergonomic design. These seats are barely good enough for a journey over an hour, let alone something even coming close to long distance. And the build quality seems terrible as well. I wonder how long these seats are gonna last. Another terrible thing on these trains is the Wi-Fi. While free and easy to connect to, the speeds offered makes it pretty much useless. However, it's not all bad. These trains have really large overhead racks, especially for the tight UK loading gauge. And the seat reservation system, with its clear 3-color light system and displays, is among the best I've ever seen. Our train has now made it to Severn Tunnel Junction Station, our last stop in Wales. Shortly after departure, our train starts to descend to enter the 4.4 mile long tunnel that will take us under the Severn River and into England. Opened in 1886, this was the longest underwater tunnel in the world at the time, and still today is the main railway link between England and South Wales. Our first stop on the other side of the tunnel is Patchway, which is the last station on our train's journey today to have overhead electrification. These trains are bi-mode, meaning we can travel using electricity from the overhead wire when available, but when it's not, the train can instead continue using the train's diesel generators. Right, I think it's about time for a tour of the train. At the end of every standard class carriage, you will find a luggage space like this. The seating layout comes in an expected 2+2, mostly airline style seating, but some base of 4. And I will say the ambience in here is actually not that great. I'm not a fan of the bright green, and in general the train feels very plasticky. At the end of some carriages you will find more luggage space, or alternatively it can be used for bikes. Continuing further down the train we will find first class, which has slightly more comfortable seats in a 2+1 layout. And as usual, it's time for a toilet review. The door can easily be locked using this knob. The toilet itself is looking clean and can be flushed using this button. However, the water doesn't seem to be working. I've heard the sensor on these can be quite bad, but I think in this case it was actually broken. But either way, the sink is also terribly small, so this is not really a good design, is it? Our train is now approaching Bristol Temple Meads. This is one of the largest stations on the Great Western Railway, being a major interchange point. And after a scheduled stop here of 4 minutes, our train will now continue heading in a southwesterly direction towards Exeter. From here on, our train continues to speed through the lovely green fields, as I seem to have managed to travel to the UK on one of the few days where it didn't rain. But as we were soon coming up on Exeter, I have to say I was really looking forward to getting off this train at this point. The lack of padding on the seats makes it really unpleasant to sit on for more than 2 hours, and I really don't want to know how my bum would feel had I gone all the way to Penzance. And it's not cheap either. The on-the-spot fare from Cardiff to Exeter is a whopping £60 for just 2.5 hours of uncomfortable train travel. However, it is worth noting that the price can be significantly reduced by booking in advance using a rail card or split ticketing, thanks to the UK Railways' needlessly complex ticketing system. And just like that, here we are arriving into Exeter's St. David's Station, a few minutes behind schedule after what has been overall a pretty uneventful but unpleasant journey. There's really not much to say about these trains other than it clearly seems that cost cutting have gone too far, the interior feels cheap and it's inadequate for the type of service they're used on. It's a shame that a once great railway nation like the UK has ordered way more than 200 units of these cost cutting cattle carts for human transport. Thank you so much for joining me on this trip. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you're subscribed to the channel as I try to upload a new one every Sunday. You can also follow me over on Twitter at IntercitySimon. Thanks for watching.